Thank you for being here. Okay, I'm going to go to my favorite verse. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Okay. And for my prayer warriors out there, I need your prayers because this could be very difficult to get through. Okay. And for my guys over there, my high school guys, I'm going to have to picture you guys in Speedos on the beach whenever I start to lose it. So I'm using you as male models, okay? All right, so I'm the second of 6. So I have the perfect spot in that order because my name is Peter, which means rock, but the real rock is Steve. And I say that every family needs a rock. And when you look at Steve, whether it was building back my parents' house when it burned down, or the list can go on and on of a rock that shows up every time, whether leading us spiritually, leading us through life. And it gave Mom a comfort to know that she had a rock that she could depend on. The only thing I think she missed was naming me Peter and him Steve. So I stole the name, but I didn't steal the reputation and the character. So thank you, Steve. And really, when I joke around, Steve has been my rock because I didn't have an easy path. And Speedo, okay. So my path, I always would rely on calling Steve when I was on the proverbial plank of life, and he would always walk me back and provide that knowledge, provide that insight, and provided that necessary guidance when I went sideways. So thank you, Steve, for that. Appreciate you very much. And I know, I want to just reflect real quickly. I know that's hard to believe because my mom would always say to Walter when he dropped me off, "Did he talk your ear off?" And Walter would say, "Mrs. Kane, he did." So hopefully your ears are intact, and I'm going to try to be brief as I can. But I want to reflect on really our family from the eyes of brothers and sisters. Because when you look at the 6 of us, each of us has a different perspective. And I want to just share with you, you've heard from Steve, our rock. You've heard from the character he is, the way he lived his life. We looked up to him. Then I skip myself, and I go to Richard. Now, you've heard a phrase that people have a heart bigger than Texas. Well, that's Richard. Speedo. And when you think about Richard, he may not talk as much as me, thank goodness, but he is the caring person. He was always there for Mom. Drop of a pin, he was over there. He would take her to the special occasions. He did everything for Mom, and he provided that person, especially after our dad passed away. Mom needed somebody, and Richard was always there. And we kid, like they say, E.F. Hutton, you listen. Chris may not talk as much as me, but you listen when he does talk because it's insightful and it's profound. So, Rich, thank you so much for providing that for Mom. It's just beautiful to see. Now, my sisters, holy mackerel, am I blessed to have 2 amazing sisters. Oh, geez, it's just a joy to watch a mother-daughter, mother-daughter relationship. And when you see it through the eyes of a son, you appreciate that connection. And Susan, amazing as she is, she's just like Mom. She loved sports. She was a profound basketball player, which my mom was a semi-pro basketball player after high school. Always interested in sports, always playing sports, whether it's tennis, golf, pickleball. She was always into sports, and Mom loved her sports. But I have to tell you a funny story. They shared it with me. I wasn't there. So Susan is coming over to spend some time with Mom, and she's going to watch the Phillies game in her bed, laying beside her, in her pajamas, and they're going to spend some time together. Now, that was the beautiful thing. My mom was like, oh my gosh, my daughter laying beside me, I'm in my pajamas, and I'm watching the Phillies play. That's heaven on earth for Mom. But here was the problem. It was blacked out that night. Even though with the MLB package, there's games that get blacked out. So Chris noticed that, and he found an AI version of the Phillies game. And he's telling Susan, don't say anything. And I doubt Mom even knew, because she knew she was laying beside her daughter. Speedo. Speedo, okay. Laying beside her daughter, enjoying sports, and just hanging out and having a great time. So, I'll tell you this one other story. So, Justin and Becky got married on the May 16th. And you want to see how God's plan works in our life? Speedo. So the 16th of May my high school reunion was the end of May. They're getting married in Annapolis, and I'm thinking, do I fly into Richmond? Do I fly into Baltimore? How do I get up and back, down? Right? I'm trying to figure all this stuff out. So Carolyn books a room at the Residence Inn. So I fly into to Baltimore, and I have a 2-week window, and that 2-week window was the most special. Speedo. Because Speedo, if you guys could stand up a little bit, I'll get a better visual. I need it. So here's what happened. So they offered their house to me, so it was peaceful. Since I had a stroke, noise really bothers me. So they're in a cul-de-sac, and it's the most peaceful place on earth. So I'm staying there for 2 weeks, but 2 o'clock every day, I would go over to Mom's, drive her car, give Chris the car. He would go to the gym, the sauna, and just take a break, and I would hang out with Mom. And wow, we had some good conversations, but I was present with her for almost 2 weeks. And just a special time that I could enjoy Mom. Now, let me give you, I gotta share one thing with you. So, if you've ever been over Susan and Steve's and ever seen their cupboard, it is a mini Publix. It has more food in it that's perfectly aligned with a backup to a backup to a backup to a backup. And I wasn't going to be hungry over there. I had everything I needed right there in their cupboard. So if you ever get a chance to go over there, just peek into the cupboard and see what's in there. Thank you, Susan, for being there. I mean, she's a spitting image of Mom, just athletic. And when you think about Mom had her Bunko Club, her Bridge Club, her Alphabet Lunch Club, always connecting with family, friends. That's the way she was. Susan's the same way. I don't think she plays bridge, but she does everything else with her friends. And it's beautiful to see that Susan is a spitting image of Mom. Now, Cal, man, I'm again blessed to the utmost to have two amazing sisters. Cal, when she decided to become a nurse, it was a perfect occupation, a servant. We have a couple nurses in our family, and it's wonderful when you see the servant heart of a nurse. And you see that when we get older, we need medical nursing. And Cal was always Mom's go-to when she needed help. I'd be over there and she'd be on the phone calling Cal. What about this? What about this? And talking to her that only a medically trained daughter could walk Mom through. It was beautiful to see. And it was just, from my eyes, I just loved every minute of seeing how that special bond with mother-daughter. Cal did so much driving over there every single time Mom had, whether it was a tummy ache or something going on, she was over there consulting Mom, helping Mom. And as we get older, we need more services. We need more help. Mom served her whole life. Speedo. But when she got a chance to get served, it was a beautiful thing to watch. So, Cal, thank you for, one, being a nurse, being her daughter, and serving Mom in the most incredible way. And last, Chris. I don't know what it would be like to be the youngest of 6, but it ain't easy. Because when you have 5 brothers and sisters ahead of you, you got a challenging road. But however, when Chris needed a place to stay, and Mom was 94, needing 24/7, and we always want our parents to age in place. It's if you can do that. Mom was able to have Chris. First, when she thought about Chris living, it was like, oh, I'm independent. I have my space. I don't think I want to share my space. But it was so quick that she connected, loved to have Chris around. Chris was there 24/7. He was only a little gold bell ring away. And he'd ring that bell, and he would come to help Mom out. And Mom knew that, so she probably lived an extra year because Chris was there 24/7. When she fell, had a concussion, when she passed out, and there's numerous other things that happened. But having somebody like her son there to help her was just so special to see. So Chris, thank you wherever Chris is. Okay, thank you, Chris, for doing that. I had to tell this funny story. It was just hilarious. So I'm over there, and we always wonder, are we the favorite child? And I'd always tell Mom, hey, your favorite child's calling. And so we don't know. We all are her favorite child, but we always kid her. And I would drive over there, and the second day I was here for 2 weeks, she said, well, how are you going to get over here tomorrow? I said, your car, Mom. And she goes, oh, really? And she was just putting some dabs on me and just jabbing me. But this was the beautiful thing. When I was there with her, Chris, she would get the phone. She would call at about maybe 4-ish, something like that. And she'd say, Chris, where are you? And I'd say, Mom, that's okay. Let him go to the gym, have some fun. I'm here with you. But it wasn't the point. I didn't see it till a few days. She knew that her dinner was about to be served. And she had to have Chris there to serve her 3 meals a day. And that dinner was going to be her chance to get what she wanted, Chris to serve it, put her in her pajamas, and watch the Phillies game if it was on. It was special to see it. I didn't understand it when she started making those phone calls, but I realized how special Speedo it was to witness how much Mom enjoyed having Chris. going to wear out Speedos, but that's the only thing I have right now. So it was just beautiful to see, because I know Mom having somebody in her home, serving her 3 meals a day, talking with her, working with her, and the last thing, and I'm going to leave you, and I have 2 more things to say, and I'm almost finished. So here's the thing. When, let me see, I just forgot about it. So I'm sitting there. Cal was the major one that helped Mom move from a flip phone to a iPhone. And it was like not an easy thing, because she loved her flip phone. But Cal just kept talking to her about it. You can see your kids. You can see your grandkids. You can see your great-grandkids. She finally got her there, and she loved it. She would play crossword puzzles on her phone. She would play her game shows, and she would be shouting out the answers. It was so beautiful to see. You know, she always wanted to keep her mind sharp. She went up through all the grandkids, their names, all of them, just to keep knowing every single one and just keeping her mind sharp. But the most beautiful thing I've ever saw is she was trying to learn new technology, and she had the remote, and she was whispering into the remote, Phillies game, Phillies game. And I'm going, I just couldn't believe it. I was about to fall out of my chair. She was trying to use new technology in her own special way. So as I finish this, there's 2 people I'm quickly going to finish, because I don't want your ears to fall off. There's 2 people that aren't family members that I want to just share with you today. Mom loved her Tar Heel basketball. I mean, she loved basketball. She loved the Tar Heels. She lived in North Carolina for a number of years. Special relationship with the Browns, special relationship with basketball. There's a guy named Hunter who's a friend of Steve and Susan's, who gave my mom an experience that we'll never forget. She had courtside tickets at the Carolina game. She went through Roy Williams' office. If you come and see her house, she has 2 autographed North Carolina basketballs, an autographed book, a bobblehead, an autographed picture of Roy Williams. I mean, this guy, I've never met him. He provided heaven on earth for my mom. She was, according to Susan, as we were talking about it, she was just glowing the whole time she was there. So thank you, Hunter, for doing that. And my last, as I finish up, you know, as we get a little older, and I know we were talking, Greg and Bobby, their dad is my dad's brother. So as we get old, it's hard for us to get help from people that aren't family members, because as we get old, we want the family. And Uncle Bobby probably fired more nurses than were registered in in Connecticut, because it's hard to really get people to connect with you as you get older. But there's a lady, Sabrina, who provided the most special, kindest person. Monday and Friday, she would come in, and my mom loved her care, loved her heart, loved her being there. And it's people like that that are special. So thank you, Sabrina. So as I finish up, and I bring on the rock, Steve, I just want to say, you know, lean into your faith. Lean into your friends. Lean into your family. Life is precious. I found that out 3.5 years ago. I live my life every single day like it's my last that day, because one day I'm going to be right. We don't always get 95 years with somebody. We are so fortunate, so blessed, so privileged to be able to enjoy my mom for 95 years. So the next time you're having an argument, get over the argument and hug the person and love them. Thank you so much for putting up with me for a few minutes.